It's really great as far as this was a project which we created initially as a workshop, as an idea, and then our skill as designers were to come in and give it an accessible, understandable exterior that people could approach and people could connect with. And that was a huge part of our journey there. And really the design is all about a storytelling, telling a story that we thought we could connect people with, and having it recognised means that it's succeeded in connecting. So end goal really achieved, and to really get something out of it means that it really, really did. So that's awesome.
For me personally, and I mentioned this on stage, it's to have this like category introduced, and to have illustration especially mentioned and celebrated and worthy of an award. That's definitely what this win means for me. It's a reaffirmation that like illustration is valued in our career path, which is something that I've had to face many barriers on as a graphic designer, is whether or not illustration is just a hobby or a plaything, and whether it actually can hold true storytelling value, which seems like a no-brainer when you think about it, but to many it's not. So this win really reaffirms that for me, especially.
I want to say that this is the culmination of almost a year and a half's work. Getting it ready to go to public was a massive challenge. Having to create a whole bunch of new assets from scratch to fit in this environment that we were presented with, and also just an entirely different context of this thing is now live. There's going to be people interacting with it that we have no control over. So that was both daunting but also really exciting experience.
And
that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And as a project, it was coming from students. It was our first public engagement. It was really like a big milestone for us as well, as a connection to the outside world through design for us. So
yeah, because when you're a student, you're kind of holed up in a little building and you don't see anyone and you don't interact with anyone.
It's a nice way to kick the door down.
Well, I personally am a bit of a motion designer, so like making stuff move essentially. So I'm currently working at a small advertising agency, but I want to sort of just continue to grow that skill set of learning different techniques, whether it be cell animation, 3D animation, all that sort of things. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Case.
As the very handy to learn illustrator, like you said with Toby, I find that super inspiring to see such success come out of his work. And I have recently and long argued that like illustration has a place in communicating and being an information delivery system in itself. And it has such engaging value with storytelling. And I personally, I'd be more interested in seeing a doodle tell me information about COVID than just a bunch of flat graphics with squares and such. So it's that engaging and very playful, encapsulating kind of way, and that's just what I want to jump into with my career path, honestly, for sure.
What it means for the practice, I'm a graphic designer. My kind of position within the project, I guess, was to lead the graphics and to convert all of our research and ideas into that story through graphics. And for me, what I want to see myself able to do in the future through graphics is to solve problems for people and have that problem-solving element of design be more apparent to more people. I mean, it's not just a pretty skin on the outside. It can be.
Yep.
It can be a tool to storytell. It can be a tool to connect. It can be a tool to make complicated ideas or topics simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to do that. Love to see myself in a studio quite soon. That'd be very nice, but we'll see how that goes. Difficult year so far. Maybe next year will be a little bit easier. I'm sure that these will help carry us too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like if there's no barrier for you to do so, like we didn't have a fee to join these awards or to enter into these. If there's no fee to do so or any barriers, absolutely do it, because you get to meet new people, you get to experience new things, and for me personally, you get to see other people's work, which is so rare because usually we're holed up in our agencies or our studios or our offices and we don't get to actually see what else everyone's doing. So entering into these, absolutely, no doubt.
So opening another avenue.
Yeah, for many things.
And if you're a graphic design student particularly, if you do manage to find this is a great kind of door to take a look at other disciplines around you and have an appreciation and talk to the students around them quite quickly. It's a very open kind of, I guess, an event and award ceremony, and it very much is face to face, so it's a great way to make connections and just soak it in.